Do what?
Look me in the eye.
Okay. Delay radio. Oh, that's clipping. Clipping on the freeway. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
It's D here from Delay Radio, and I am with the Honch.
Hi.
That was the weirdest teeth smile.
I have a face for radio.
Yeah.
It really does. You gotta see it.
In the name tag, appropriate titled the Jethro,
Which you also can't see.
yeah,
The Jeff.
You can't also you
I'm
also
here.
can't see.
I'm here.
So it's been a hot Carl minute since we've last been rolling on the podcast, but you guys won't know that because the way we'll schedule it, it'll just show up.
We took a hiatus.
Yeah, we took a hiatus out in the deserts of the Sedona. I wanted to say the Sedona Jerez.
Yeah.
What is a Jerez? The Sahara.
The Sahara. Yeah, a crappy
Sahara.
hotel in Las Vegas.
The Sarah Desert.
The Sarah Desert.
The Sarah Desert. Yeah, I knew her. When I used to call her Dessert. She used to get real angry.
No, so the way you go about it is dessert is super sweet. That's why it's got 2 S's.
You know what? I guess I never even realized that they're spelled differently.
Yeah.
Typical American.
Yeah, you only
America.
see what you want, and yeah, it's usually dessert.
Yeah, dessert. I got you.
So on
Chocolate silk pie.
pie, I just did that by myself.
Peach cobbler.
Yes, I do like the peach cobbler.
Did you say the peach gobbler, you sicko?
Peach cobbler.
The girl I used to date in Georgia. The peach gobbler.
Yeah, I think I knew her. I think I saw she has a YouTube channel on baking.
Anyway.
Yeah. So on this week's episode of Delay Radio, we have rats and ATM machines.
Inside of them?
That's one topic. Maybe it's inside. I have insider information. Insider information. We have, and then I don't know how long I can do that for. That's
You've already done it too long.
It's like the urgent news update. Hey,
if that was a turd, I'd have begged you to pinch it off.
Yes, I did.
But yet it was strangely satisfying.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I felt good about doing it. I just love that sound when they do that on the news. We have
be higher pitch.
It's like I'm sending like Morse code to somebody. Is this the governor? We have an update from Alabama. This just in. Alabama poop train rides again. So speaking of Alabama poop train, that is the Honch's update. If you listen to our prior episode where we talked about a train stranded and what would be called one of the number 2 situation in the country.
Is it train number 2? Or is it just the number 2 train?
Yeah, number 2 train. Oh, so speaking of this, so the Honch and I were in Michigan's
Speaking of number 2s.
finest treasures of Michigan, which is the great metro area of Detroit.
Cirillas? Oh, no, Detroit. Yeah, okay.
And
Detroit, yeah.
we saw a septic draining truck, the one with the big tank, and it has what appeared to be Tigger kind of grabbing at his legs, and he's grimacing, and it says, Where's Pooh on the back of it? But with an H, like Winnie the Pooh, but they're really talking about number 2.
So for people that can't see that, obviously everybody who's listening to us, except for us 3 idiots, we should definitely put that on the Facebook page and just put the picture. You can blur the number, you can leave the number on, whatever. It's not my phone number. I don't care if you call it.
Yeah.
Where's Pooh?
Where's Pooh?
Tigger. You looked way too sexy when you did that.
I know. Tell me about it.
Oh God,
It's the white T-shirt. The white T-shirt makes me illuminate.
Yeah, you can actually see your dinner plates through it. So that's sweet.
Oh, my chesticles.
That's really nice.
These are my chesticles. It's like a masculine way of saying man boobs. It's like yeah, so I'm a little droopy in the front. Those are my chesticles.
I always call them moobs.
Moobs.
Man boobs. Moobs.
Nice.
That's what my wife calls them too.
Yeah.
Like that Seinfeld episode where they come up with the bra.
The man's ear.
Yeah.
The man's ear. The bro.
The man's ear.
The bro.
Yeah. Yeah. The bro. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That was awesome. That was so. Skin colored. Ugh.
But my favorite Seinfeld episode is when he puts the garbage disposal in his shower. Kramer does, so that he can so he can eat while he's showering.
Stop it! No, I never saw that.
I want to do that.
But
I like to eat foods that are dry, so like croutons would not work in the
right.
in the bath.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. The garbage disposal in the shower thing. That's have you guys heard of waffle stomping?
No.
All right, it's something that it's basically waffle stomping a turd down the drain.
That's
what they call it.
Yeah,
because most of your drains are like they have the grates over top of them, so you literally have to waffle stomp.
They kind of have
a turd down the drain. It's pretty gross.
I try I try to use the regular part of my bathroom designated for that.
Whatever. Tomato.
So speaking of waffle stomping, let's waffle stomp our way down to Alabama where there's a poop train.
And in today's update, we have the
governor.
So about a month or 7 months ago, I can't remember how long ago it was. There was a train caught in Alabama full of poop from New York.
Yes, New York poop.
And so the next town over, the neighboring town from this one city, they had went to the courts, and the courts had said that this train doesn't have the permits to drive through their city. So this thing was literally sitting there festering, full of New Yorker poop. Tons of Roy's Pizza in this thing. Tons of Roy's Pizza. Think about it. And it's sitting in this town just rotting away. Well, congratulations, state of Alabama. They finally pulled the permits and they got this thing emptied. And it's all done now. They moved it through the city. So
where did they empty it to?
Probably Georgia. I don't know if you've ever been to Atlanta before, but it's kind of right around the south side somewhere, south of 20.
Just dump it here. No one will know.
Yeah, no one will ever know the difference. It's fine.
If you beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the Bulldogs bite.
Oh God, yeah, it's finally gone, and they're showing these containers, and these containers are like just beat by the sun, man. These things are like burnt, burnt.
Nothing like the reeky scent of feces pieces.
the business idea.
Ding, light bulb.
The mayor says, let's see, New York City is stranded in a tiny Alabama town, spreading the stench like a giant backed up toilet throughout the entire city. So, poor people of Parrish, Alabama. If you don't like it, move.
Yeah.
So I hear New York is not as crowded these days. At least there's not as much feces up there.
When they flushed the train, did it go clockwise or counterclockwise?
No, this ain't Australia, hon.
That's right.
For those of you who don't get that, Google it. Just Google it. It's fine.
Yeah, I would hate to, like, when the train is coming through, just be in the way.
Oh, God. Oh, can you imagine, like, the slosh effect that they get inside these trains?
If it gets derailed.
Right. Yuck. Yuck.
How many?
Smells like Armenian Thanksgiving.
Only you know what that means.
Right, I am Armenian, so technically I can say that. Does that make it okay?
It's okay for you to say it.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
And it's okay for us to say it because we know you.
Yeah, because we know you.
Oh,
so
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
It's okay, we know one.
So speaking of knowing somebody, Jethro, you have some questions from the interwebs.
It has nothing to do with knowing people, though.
Yeah.
Questions from the web.
On Reddit, we found a question.
One of my favorite sites.
And
it's one of your favorite questions? Or
it's by user the Laud Epstein.
The Laud?
Yeah.
Where do you find these names?
Is he like a
Well,
lawyer?
I had to censor it because it actually says the F word in the name.
Hey, don't do that. It's against the Lord, man. Stop it.
He says, older millennials, what was high school like in the early 2000s?
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
Well, I remembered. I remember being able to get out of class quite often and not really getting into any trouble for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's kind of how it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember skipping school and going to the video store, and it got to the point where, because we couldn't drive, so we just walked somewhere where we could be inside. And so we go in the video store, and we used to sit at the end of the rows, and you know how they always played the movies on the TVs, like around the thing? We got to pick out what movies we wanted to watch, and we would buy candy, and we would pop back a few Cokes and eat some orange slices.
See, I remember one day and sitting in chemistry class, and I look up at the door, and D is standing there outside the door, and he's just waving to me. He's like, "Come on, come on!" And so I put all my books in my bag. And then when the teacher wasn't looking, I just got up and ran out the door.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I used to leave class a lot, and then I would go and recruit everyone that I knew. I would just say that I needed them for a yearbook. I wasn't even on the yearbook.
But all the teachers thought you were because you recruited people daily.
The W. He taught me everything I know about skipping. Like, I remember one day he got up and he just pulls out a piece of paper and he starts scribbling on it. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, watch. So he gets up, starts walking out the door. The teacher goes, hey, where you going? He goes, oh, I got a doctor's note. And he holds up the note that he scribbled on and then just walked out the door.
Yeah, and now he's a doctor.
And now he's a doctor, which is hilarious.
Yeah. The W and I, we used to get into some trouble.
That's amazing.
We caused some trouble. We took it next level.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking that the only difference between classes now and classes then are that now you can punch a teacher in the mouth and the teacher will get arrested for it. Yes. And then you punch a teacher in the mouth and they'll just punch you back.
Right, yeah.
So that was the big difference.
Here's the other thing is we didn't have Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
And like
we weren't allowed to have cell phones because they were a nuisance in the class. Yeah. Do you remember that? I mean, like I was not allowed to have
I remember before there was cell phones, or before cell phones were a big thing and everyone had pagers.
I had a pager. It's my dealer. It's my dealer trying to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Hey mom, let me call you right back.
my pants is vibrating. I just, like back then, like there's so many dumb things that you would do and none of it's documented, right? Because like you always had the one friend that would like bring their camera to school that could take video on like an SD card.
And you were just like, hey, put your camera away.
Yeah. That's the only video and photos that you have. Like today, kids have photos of they probably take a selfie of themselves every day.
Oh, right. School. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not to mention now, if you hit on a girl in high school and she doesn't like it, then you're labeled like a sex offender.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Well, I mean, yeah, only if you're masturbating in front of her. I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Or not. Yeah. You guys must have never did that then. Okay, maybe that wasn't your thing.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Well, I guess your school was a little different than mine.
Yeah. Are you talking about college?
Honch went to one of them liberal schools.
Yeah. Real liberal.
It was an all-boys school. Is that weird? Oh, you almost died on that one.
Almost died on that. That was good.
Jethro just choked on a Pepsi.
That's because he's drinking Pepsi, and that slop doesn't deserve to be anywhere on this earth. Coke is it, baby.
All right. Yeah, so all that said, that was what it was like for us older millennials in the early 2000s. Year 2000.
In the year 2000.
Now you sound like Jethro drinking Pepsi.
Yeah. I choked on something. It wasn't a Pepsi, though.
Speaking of choking on something, so something amazing happened in India recently, and it wasn't population growth. It was, you guys use ATMs, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what that stands for?
That's how I met my wife.
At the moment. Right?
Yeah.
No?
That's where I get my cash at the moment.
Yeah, it depends on what part
of
the web you hang out on.
Angry tyrannical monkeys.
Yeah. A typical, I don't know. I got nothing.
Moth.
A moth. It's a moth, man. It's a moth. I gotta go to the money get my money from my moth.
Means something totally different on my web browser.
A moth.
No, ATM.
Oh.
Oh, yuck.
Anyway.
Enough of that. Enough of that. Trying to be good. You guys are baiting me. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Dude, your wife is going to hate me.
I know.
So this one comes to us from Reuters.
She's such a nice lady.
Not Roto-Reuters.
We're going to bring her on the show one day.
Good. Good. I need her to.
She's going to be called Mama Bear.
I need her to sit right here.
Yes, Mama Bear is what we decided.
I need someone to high five over here. She's got to sit right here.
Yes.
Done.
So
done.
When bank Saskatoon. When bank technicians in India were finally summoned to investigate why an ATM, in quotations, automated teller machine, had not been working for days, they began to smell a rat. Wasn't a thief.
What's like?
You dirty rat.
Someone was ratting someone out, and they could smell.
That's what you would think.
I smell a rat.
What they found inside was almost $18,000 worth of shredded rupee, which is their money, and
that's
one
like
dead
$7 American.
So
I got it. I'll replace that. Don't worry about it.
So the machine was out of order for a few days, and so they noticed a weird smell. So they had a tech come out, and the rat had eaten $18,000 worth of Indian currency.
Wow!
Woo!
Oh my God! $18,000 worth of Indian currency. That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know
so
how.
So does that make their dollar worth more then? Because there's less of it now.
Yeah. Why is your currency like deflate? Oh, it's a rat.
It definitely tastes better. That's for sure. I don't know if I could eat $18,000 worth of American dollars. You know how many G-strings those have been in?
Like the year of the rat.
Well, is it $1 bills that they ate?
No,
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would take days.
But that is in rupees. That's 1.2 million rupees were destroyed.
Oh my!
1.2 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God!
And that equals $18,000.
Yeah.
Why do they have 18 grand in a ATM? Like I have trouble getting $20 out.
I don't know, but that's a lot of bills when you consider that the fragments were from notes that were anywhere from 500 to 2,000 rupees.
Clearly, that was not done at a Quality Dairy because I can't get $20 out of one of my house.
It was an ATM the size of a Quality
That's
Dairy.
At least 1,000. That's at least 1,000 bills.
It was a walk-in ATM.
Oh my God!
Or no,
a walk-in ATM.
No.
It's right next to the beer cooler back there.
The beer cooler. ATM. Do they have beer coolers in India?
I bet you they do. You know what? I bet you they don't actually. It's probably what's that? Oh, I was thinking Ouzo, big Ouzo cooler. Oh my God!
Oh yes, the Greek liquor.
That would taste horrible.
Yeah. They have another good liquor called Mastique.
That doesn't taste like black licorice and old garbage.
No, it kind of tastes refreshing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can taste some tonight if you want. We have some.
That's exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Exact. Yeah.
It's called Mystique.
Knowing all my issues I'm having right now, I definitely need some liquor to top it off.
Hey, they said it's a digestive. So it helps. Yeah, they give it to you after a meal.
Ooh.
That's how we learned about it. We were over there eating, looking at the water, and she just handed us these two little tiny cups, and we drank from them, and we went, "What's that?"
After you drank it,
yeah.
You're supposed to wash your feet in that like everyone else did.
No wonder it smelled. That? Yeah,
you weren't supposed to drink it.
I thought it smelled like Gold Bond, but just in liquid form. Now my mouth is going to feel really airy when I mow the lawn.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Honch for Mystique Digestive.
Put it in your stomach or else.
Now with good old-fashioned American colon blow.
Yeah. And the inability to spell it.
It'll turn your... wait. I
messed it up. Dropped it.
I dropped it.
Shoot dang.
Shoot dang. Drop that ball. It'll turn your digestive tract into the Autobahn.
Yeah. Man, I stretched her out, and it was like Bristol Speedway. Nice and short and out and in a track.
Oh my God! After I dropped you off at the shop today, we as you heard earlier in the episode, Dee and I spent all day in a vehicle together driving all over Flint and Detroit, and it was awesome. But after I dropped him off at the shop today, he was like, "All right, I'll see you at my house," and I was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll be right there." And I like sprinted upstairs and just blew the tank off the toilet. It was amazing.
It sounded like
a drift car.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It sounded like a drift car. Oh my god. Oh my god. Was that an RX-7 or did the Honch just crap his pants?
Yeah, that's definitely an S13.
Right now, your wives are upstairs with your kids going, what the hell's going on down there? What are they doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. You heard somebody just said something. He's talking.
I don't know. All right, so speaking of all that noise, all that racket.
Speaking of rat-tat-tatting. I got another question from the wise people of Reddit.
Interweb.
Internet.
This one comes from user Exohead.
Exohead.
Anyways, they asked, how did you mess around with the computers at school?
Oh my gosh, how did we not talk about like popping the keyboards into the other towers and changing the monitors?
Oh, there's okay, so I had a intro to computer programming class
with the Hyde.
Yes.
And yes.
I remember we made this one program and I told the teacher, we're like, well, we can't get it to work. Can you come over and look at it? So she comes over and then she runs the program to see what was wrong with it. And then it says, asks a bunch of questions, yes or no questions. Then like towards the end of it, it's like, do you want to reformat the hard drive? And then when you click no, it would just say that you clicked yes. And then a bar would pop up and it would say that it was reformatting the hard drive, but it wasn't.
Awesome. What did she do?
She freaked out.
She died, actually. She had a stroke right there. It was weird.
I just saw her not too long ago, I think.
It was her ghost. She died that day.
That was a fun story we did with the computers.
One of my favorite stories is that with the W. He had the Hyde as well, and we're sitting there.
The W sounds like an amazing person.
He's a good dude.
He's a doctor. Seen him in 10 years.
He's a doctor in New York. He's a pathologist.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, he's a big.
Is he like the last guy you would want touching any part of your body? Or
well,
no, you totally want him touching your body.
He's always super smart. We were just always obnoxious.
And very mischievous.
Yes,
that works.
So
he's a good guy.
Yeah,
perfect.
So here's W jamming. He had the CD drive door open, jamming a pencil in there, and so Mrs. Hyde comes over and she goes, Nick was his real name. She's like, Nick, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm just trying to fix the CD-ROM drive. And she's like, well, let me go get you a new one. So she goes and gets him a whole CD-ROM drive and then just has him replace it. So he spent he actually did replace it. He took the tower apart and because it just had like the little finger screws, for the little side thing, and he popped the new one in.
Now with all these stories, you'll notice that there's one common denominator. And they all happen to involve Mrs. Hyde's class.
Yes. We both had Mrs. Hyde, who just kind of I used to bring my guitar pedal into class, and I brought those little white speakers. You remember those little white speakers that I had, the little Altec Lansings?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and I would hook those to my pedal, and I would bring my guitar, and I would just sit in class, and I would play music, and I didn't care what she said about me playing in class.
One year I put Unreal Tournament 2004 on all the computers.
Yes.
And we had a 24 player deathmatch tournament on in Mrs. Hyde's class.
Wow. We screwed with those machines a lot. Remember when we set up proxies because they kept changing?
So we could get around the
they put up firewalls.
The security firewalls.
So we put in things to get around the firewalls.
Jesus. Wow, about the craziest thing we ever did. I got scurvy on Oregon Trail, and then I took all the keys off a bunch of the keyboards, and I spelt words on the keyboards with them, and nobody knew what they were doing. It was like typing class, so everybody's trying to learn where the keys are, and I'm like, oh no, the A, see, it's all the way over there by the backspace button. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
How many people died of dysentery on your
Too many.
Yeah.
I killed everyone on Oregon Trail.
I remember it where I sat in class, the power strip for the entire section of eight people were right underneath my my desk. So, like randomly throughout the class, I'd say, "Hey, did everyone save?" And then I'd hit the power switch off. I'd shut everyone's computers down.
Awesome. One of my favorite moments was it was kind of like computers, but it was like business something. And so like Debbie and I we had a project. We were starting a quote unquote guitar company. And so we're sitting there, and it got to the end of the semester, and she's calling everybody up to see their grade. And she calls out my name. She goes, D, which obviously isn't my real name. She goes, "Why don't you just go ahead and stay seated?" Yeah, Mama D. Yeah, that was fun. I didn't do that. My grade wasn't that great when I got it. So that's fun times.
That's weird. That's like being Hispanic and failing Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, that's all we have. We don't have any time for News of Monday. We have to try to do that next week's episode.
It's all good.
So let's take a recap here. We had, on this week's episode of Delay Radio, we had
the poop train is gone.
The poop train is finally left.
Set sail.
It's set sail.
I'm sure they're filling it back up right now.
It's been fluffed. Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, for sure. Oh. For sure. Once you fill a train full of feces, it's pretty much only good for poop from that point on. Yeah. There's nothing you can't just go put milk in it after that.
It's a good thing.
They just rinse it out real good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I can flush this thing.
I found these guys at Home Depot. We bought them a power washer. It should be good in a minute.
That's what I get for eating all the curly pepperonis.
Oh, God.
I got a buddy that works for Michigan Milk. We're going to have to try and get him on here.
Oh, yeah. Some milk.
I was actually talking because I saw this post about if you drink milk, it's like you're drinking like pus and blood. And
I don't know how much of that I don't know how much of that I believe.
That's what I said. Like, because I was talking to him about it, and he goes, "Well, that's why there's the pasteurization process." Like,
yeah. Definitely still not the worst thing I've put in my body.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be okay.
My body.
I had a double king from BK Lounge before I came over here, and that was not a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
All right. Well, so we had the poop train. We had what millennials did in school in the 2000s. We had a rat ate lots of money, some people's moolah over in India. And what else did we have? Computer class. What is the dumbest thing that you guys did in your computer class? Send us an email to delayradiocomedy@gmail.com. Listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Player FM, all of those. Stitcher. I like that one because it sounds like a website that you go to like try to get like a medical procedure done for cheap,
or to learn how to cross stitch.
Yeah, how to cross stitch. I should my words.
Yeah.
You should probably get that microphone out of your mouth.
Excuse the D while he has a minor stroke.
Yeah, that's right. It's only on the left side, so I'm going to put the mic on the right. All right. Well, this has been Delay Radio. Delay Radio.